To the medieval church and for centuries thereafter, the sin of sloth was caused by something far worse than an imbalance of humors.
Depression continued to be seen as an invasion of demons or the work of the devil. There was a sense that all sinfulness came out of a form of demonic possession or out of an intimacy with the devil and his minions. And depression was like all of the other sins, something that could be caused when the devil had taken possession of your soul.
Evagrius even connected the sin of acedia to a specific demon in the Bible, from Psalm 91, the noonday demon.
Depression is the demon that wasteth even at noonday, that's always with you, and that destroys the vitality of your life.
In 1589, the study of demons had become a scholarly pursuit, and demonologists compiled elaborate encyclopedias of demons. The demonologist Peter Binsfeld wrote that each of the 7 deadly sins had a hellish master. And the demon of sloth, the noonday demon, was called Belphegor. Belphegor may have originated as the ancient Assyrian god, Baal Peor. Binsfeld wrote that the demon lures sinners to a sense of sullenness, to a sense of despair, to a sense of meaninglessness. And once a sinner accepted the demon's invitation, the hellish presence took up residence inside the sinner's body.
That led to the idea that in order to be cured of it, you needed to exorcise those demons. Both practices were used on depressed people, especially in the Middle Ages.
I am the real exorcist.
The medieval process for eliminating these demons was exorcism.
Mother Teresa had an exorcism.
It's a practice that continues today. Pastor Bob Larson confronts evil with spiritual warfare.
I want you to see this, Satan. This is the symbol of your defeat.
Pastor Bob Larson confronts evil by performing hundreds of exorcisms each year.
Look at it!
He says the demon Belphegor is alive and well.
You lost. You were defeated. I have run into people possessed with the demon of procrastination, which is part of the sin of sloth. And quite a few times I've found that demon, and he prefers the name procrastination to sloth. Maybe it's just a modern genre of that demon, but that demon says, it's my job to make sure this person does nothing with their life. They go nowhere, they're a dead end, and they don't accomplish anything. This book tells me that we are more than conquerors through Christ.
Larson casts out the demon of sloth through prayer.
Satan, you will release my destiny. All right, give yourself a hand and you may be seated.
Biblical readings.
Thy soul and spirit in this room, according to Hebrews 4:12.
And confrontation with the demon inside the possessed.
Because you see, some demons don't go until you tell them to go. In the name of Jesus, you release her, you let her go.
It is a controversial practice, and some people strongly disagree with this type of literal exorcism.
Jesus, and I come against you, Satan. I come against you. Come against you in the name of Christ. Give me my Bible.
Well, I think most people know what you mean when you say my inner demons. Once you start taking terms like that literally, you're risking all sorts of kind of unhelpful interpretations. People who are psychologically fragile, you know, for them to believe that there are actual demons out to grab them, that leads to very unhealthy things.
Torment! Torment!
But some of the faithful believe that clinical depression and the sin of acedia, or sloth, go hand in hand.
Torment! Get out!
You do find this idea of spiritual warfare appearing throughout the scriptures. there is a spiritual conflict taking place and we are the battlefield. So does Satan take advantage of someone who legitimately has a medically verifiable case of clinical depression? Sure he does. That's him going for the jugular.
The evolution of the sin of sloth in the ancient world ranged from a medical condition to a demonic state. The Middle Ages would see a change again, as one of the great writers of the age would assign sloth a place in hell. The 7 deadly sins are a vital part of Christian theology. And one of the most controversial sins is sloth. To the ancient Greeks and Romans, sloth was a disease that led to apathy, dejection, and depression. To the Christian Middle Ages, sloth was a sin, a demonic presence in the soul that led only to hell.